Hey, I'm Melissa.
I'm Harley.
And we started meeting this summer. We've been going through Habits of the Household. And we've just been meeting together with our kids. And it started with a few months ago, we were talking a lot because we had both just had our second child. And we were both kind of drowning. And we would talk over audio text. And at one point, you said something like, "You're like a spiritual mentor."
Yes.
Of types. And I was like, maybe what if we meet together with all of our kids and try to just talk about everything going on?
Melissa's been married longer than I have, but my oldest is older than hers, and so there is just a lot of like back and forth, encouragement wise, and just iron sharpening iron, and we just wanted more authentic community. And so Melissa was like, "Hey, let's do something more formal. Let's get together and see what that looks like." And so, I mean, it is not pretty sometimes. Like, we've been sweating in my backyard all summer, but just wanting to have more times of being together. And obviously, like, being together is a lot more meaningful than just like crying through your phone just to be able to see each other, give each other a hug, and just watch the kids play. And it's also really convicting when you just read the chapter on discipleship and discipline, and the whole time you're meeting, you're having to constantly take the kid out and do some parenting skills versus trying to just have that conversation. But I would encourage you, like, no matter what phase of life you're in, just to find that person, whoever it is. Melissa's a few steps ahead of me in marriage. I'm kind of a few steps of her in parenting with the oldest, but they had their second kid first, and so just being able to have that back and forth dynamic of just constantly encouraging one another, always bringing it back to Christ, has been really beneficial in a lot of ways. And so, like I said, sometimes when we meet, we're whispering, trying to have an intimate conversation while they're on the swings. Other times we're able to talk because they're running through the field, and other times we're disciplining the whole time instead of spending a lot of time together. But it's worth it because this whole summer has been so encouraging.
If you want a mentor, you're asking for a mentor, Harley's she's not much younger. She's younger than me, but not by much. And I think we have this vision that mentorship has to look like, I want someone 15 to 20 years older than me, and I want us to meet at a coffee shop once a week and go all over my life. And I think those are ideal situations, but sure. I think as young moms, we just realized it wasn't going to happen for us. It has before, but right now it just became this thing where, like, yeah, I'll mentor you, and mentorship really turned into just, like you said earlier, iron sharpening iron, because yes, I was giving her marriage stuff, and then she was helping me with my older child because her child's older. And so it was really neat to see how God took what we thought was a mentor thing, took it into like we're discipling each other, helping each other. And I also think it was helpful for us to say, hey, let's just go through this one book. Yeah. And
kind of have some guiding principles of like topics to meet with each week versus getting lost in this is what's been going on this week.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, how has your discipline been this week? How has your bedtime routine been going? What has your family been going through liturgy-wise? And just really bringing it back to that Christ-centeredness. And one thing Justin says in Habits of the Household is moving from nothing to something. And so we definitely felt that kind of nothingness with where we were being led and wanting to change it to something. And so even just meeting in the backyard, it's sweaty. We try to pass out popsicles and, like I said, have whisper conversations when we can, but it's always worth it to move towards something, to have someone to have authentic community with, pray through things with, and just not do life alone. We're called to bear our burdens with one another in Christ, and that's really what we've been doing this summer.